Welcome into Gamesthetic episode 238. I'm Alex Live with Sparky3. Hope you're having a phenomenal day today, whatever day you are listening or watching the show. Still no Zach. I got to point that out because John pointed out last week. But we have John. John, how are you?
I'm doing good. Right before we start, I was like, you know what? I'm leaning back a little bit. I'm getting a little more comfortable.
Yeah, get a little bit more comfy today. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You are leaned back. I'm looking at it in the camera shot now. You are back. You are chilling.
I wanted to mention it because I know you got the camera on me when I was leaning forward. So I was like, I went pretty far.
No, it's all good. That's the beauty of ObsBot, baby, is that I got this little app and I can just zoom it in. We look perfect now. It's great. And if you come up later, I'll slide it back down for the zoom. It's all good. But no, today will be fun. We've got the TGA nominees to go kind of talk about there and just kind of give our opinion on it. And I'm assuming we're probably also both going to talk about a video we both mutually watched in relevance to everything going on, because it was a really eye-opening video for a lot of things, stuff that we kind of probably assumed, right? But it was an eye-opening video, so we'll probably touch on that, as well as just, you know, our opinions on the nominees, any snubs and everything. So I have a couple of pretty strong opinions and a couple of like, man, I wish this was there kind of thing. And then Xbox Partner Showcase that took place Thursday. So kind of give some highlights there. Biggest highlight, of course, is Tides of Annihilation. Looked sick. Looked so cool. We'll go through that. It is, of course, time for Black Friday, so I did pick out some pretty solid sales that are going on right now. I've got a cart at the moment that I'm seeing if I'm going to pull the trigger on for some newer titles. We're going to highlight some of those. Hytale, shout out to Hytale coming back. Did you see that news?
Nope.
Yeah, no. Hytale is the original creators purchased it from Riot and are bringing it back. So we'll highlight that as well as a few other things throughout the show. So it'll be a good time. We'll make sure to shout out some Rogue Energy as well as Spark3 Shop later on. If you want to support us for the Patreon, it's a great way to do so. But don't feel obligated. Just subscribe to the channel. Being a friend, tell a friend is enough. Anything you want to get off your chest before we get started? Because we're also going to talk about some game stuff. You know, I've got that in there. We'll talk about what we're up to. Anything you want to get off your chest first?
Oh yeah. I don't think I mentioned it last week. I hadn't mentioned it to you yet. Big news in the world of old school RuneScape.
Okay.
This past or just a couple days ago, RuneScape added its first new skill ever. New skill ever, really. In sailing. It's a completely new skill.
Interesting. I didn't know that was its first new skill ever. Have they had the same skills the entire history?
I say ever. It's ones where they, like, when the game first came out, they added some stuff to it, but since it came back, it hasn't changed in a long time, or like skills haven't changed in a long time,
right?
Or none have been added. But it was like a year or two ago. There was a poll about a new skill, and sailing won, and they've been working on it ever since. And it finally just came out. I haven't tried it yet, but reception has been great for
Nice.
it. So yeah, if you are a RuneScape player and hadn't been on in a while, new skill to check out.
Yeah. Hey, shout out. That's pretty cool. I did not know that skills being added was a non-thing for RuneScape. I figured it's like, my natural assumption is just over time maybe things got added.
Well, over time they typically add new areas, new bosses, new monsters, new quests, things like that. Entire new skills change the landscape of the game, like drastically. So it does not happen often or ever, really. So yeah, it's been the big excitement for the past few days.
Right. Okay, hey, shout out to that. I didn't see that one. That one did not appear in my timeline, so that's cool. Let's see. I guess the only shout out I've got, because I need to make notes of this in the script, because sometimes it'll be like mid-show and I remember, damn it, I should have said that at the beginning. So unknown if we'll do a show next week. Just wanted to shout that out now at the top of the show. It is, of course, the time of this one. Next week will be right after Thanksgiving. Normally, we usually take off for the holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Next Saturday is also Survivor Series War Games. We usually either take off for the really big events or we'll watch the events while doing the show. one of the two. So if we do a show, we'll be watching Survivor Series War Games. You can watch alongside of us. So I don't know. Either way, there'll be some sort of video that comes out. And honestly, I was thinking about this recently because we didn't know if we were gonna do a show this week. Anytime we don't do a show, I'll usually try to do like a weekly wrap up style video. Honest, I'm gonna be real. I thought about it. I was like, I could honestly just come out here and just do it as like a solo Gamesthetic and just do like a 20-30 minute episode and call it a Gamesthetic episode. You know what I mean? I don't know. Might as well. So never thought of it. Never thought of it like that, but might as well.
I just assumed you didn't want to do that.
Yeah, I know. That was always my mindset. Yeah, I didn't ever really want to do solo episodes. So I was like, I guess I could just do that on the weeks that we want to take a break. I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
I mean, you're basically doing the same thing anyway. Just
Yeah,
not doing it
exactly. I'm just not doing it live. So I might just do that. I have no idea, but just be aware of that. May or may not have an episode next week. We'll see. I don't have any other shout outs for the moment. I'll do any other shout outs as we get later on of just stuff I've been playing or whatever. So you ready to jump into stuff?
Yeah, let's get in.
All right, TGA nominees, TGA nominations. Sparked a lot of opinions online for a couple things here or there. There was a video that John and I both watched by Alana Pierce, where she used to be on like the jury, quote unquote. And honestly, it was a really nice peek behind the curtain of stuff that we all pretty much knew, but it was nice to have that full clarity of where, hey, there's no actual jury. At no point does anyone sit down and talk about this. It's just you send stuff in and it kind of gets like whatever.
Yeah, it's just however many people get sent it, fill out their own personal list,
right?
And or what they think should be there, and it gets sent in, and whatever gets the most votes essentially is just what gets put in for nominations.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of further also detailed that like, hey, just stop taking it so serious. I know it's called like the Game Awards, but it's really for the shiny trailers. If you want actual awards, look at like she highlighted Dice, for example, which is a good one. Golden Joystick, that's one that I like to follow. We always shout on the show. We'll shout out the winners for Golden Joystick stuff here later in the weekly wrap up. So it's like that's more of award stuff,
Game Awards for me is usually just
there for the trailers.
I'm there for the show. The awards kind of happen during it.
Yeah,
and for the most part, it's just who wins overall game of the year.
Yeah.
Because everything else is usually, well, in a lot of years for all the other stuff, they're just filling categories.
Yeah, they are.
It's like categories are there. It's like, okay, well, there's a clear winner in the category, and then there's some other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just with how the Game Awards is set up, right? It's marketed so heavy as this big celebration of gaming, and that's that is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. I mean, they do a big deal about giving out the awards and bringing them up to have their speeches and that. It's not really an award show,
right?
It's not built as an award show. It's built as a showcase that hands out awards during it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It almost to an extent, it's like I would love to see either Jeff actually build a legitimate jury, like an actual jury, and actually work on this, or just kind of rebrand the show, which obviously cannot happen. It's too big at this point. But it's like in like a hypothetical timeline, rebrand the show some capacity, because like it's not really the Game Awards to an extent. It's like the future of gaming featuring awards. I made sure not to say future game show because it's obviously already a thing. But like that's kind of just what it is. I mean, I'm definitely in the boat with you. I'm there for the trailers. We all are.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're gonna be this huge celebration of gaming and awards, and you're gonna brand yourself the Game Awards, I wish there was a little bit more care and legitimacy to the awards. Like
and,
just to some extent.
And granted, the video we watched that where she was talking about it, she said in the video she hadn't been. She hasn't done
like
it
5 years.
In several years.
So it could be different now.
It's one where over time it could be getting a little more structure to it.
Yeah.
I find that kind of unlikely.
I mean, yeah,
but
me too.
But it is one where it's like as it gets bigger and bigger every year, there's every chance that they do try to make it a little more structured. Specifically because every year there's a little bit of backlash.
Yeah, no, every year there's always there's every year there's always a snub, right? And obviously there are certain categories that are near impossible to get snubs in. Usually like the game of the year is one that for the most part you're never going to see a notorious snub of where it's like I cannot believe that's not in there because like those are just universally highly acclaimed games, right?
Yeah.
This massive multi-publication jury that never communicate, apparently, they're gonna all just agree, yeah, no, X-Fish 33, one of the best games of the year, Hollow Knight Silk Song, you know, Hades 2, Kingdom Come, like they're all gonna mutually agree on the obvious stuff. But it's always like those other categories where it's like, okay, well, what are we doing in this one particular one? What are we doing in this one particular one? Like in terms of game of the year, I can't think of any like notorious snubs that's happened over the years. The only one that comes close that I can remember that a lot of people were heated about was probably Forza Horizon 5 a few years ago because that was a weaker year for you know what was going to get into the game of the year, and that's one that like one of the highest rated games of the year. I know it's a racing game, but that was one that a lot of people thought should have been at least in the nominations. That's the only one I can think of. For the most part, game of the year is usually fine.
Yeah.
It's just everything else.
Yeah. It's a game of the year is usually good. Uh, this is also a year where we had like we get 6 nominations, and this year we happen to have about 10 games that deserve to be
In the conversation.
in the conversation, and it's one where it's like we didn't really expect 2025 to be stacked
Right.
with like some all-timers,
Right.
but we got a bunch of all-timers this year.
I know. Which I guess brings to the question, the game of the year lineup. Good lineup. You feel good about it? You got what you wanted. You got
Yeah.
Kingdom Come in there.
It's like I it basically boiled down to the 6 that I was okay with being in there.
Right.
I would say the only game that I wish would have made it in that didn't get in was I wish Blueprints got that.
I do too.
I wish.
I do too.
Granted, I fell off of it after about 6 hours, but I fell off of it because I saw how deep it went,
Yeah.
and I was not willing to go into it. I wish they would have gotten nominated in there for that work,
Right.
because it's one where it's like you don't see a puzzle games like that
Make
come-
that kind of waves.
you don't see them to that quality and that depth
Yeah.
make it as big as it did. So I kind of wish it would have taken one of the spots, but you can't argue with what made it.
Yeah, exactly. No, if Silk Song didn't come out this year, you know, it would have made it in that slot.
It would have taken
Yeah,
that slot.
it would have taken the quote unquote indie spot that it seems to have been getting the last 2 or 3 years. No, Blueprints is my one as well. Obviously, you know, me and you, we went back and forth on that on the show a few weeks back. That's the one that I would want. I wish could have got in there. I understand why, because like you just said, you can't argue against any of these 6.
It's like
it's a good lineup.
The 6 that are in there are basically what everybody thought was going to be there.
Yeah, no, it's an excellent lineup. It's a great lineup. With X-Fish 33, Bonanza, Silk Song, Hades 2, Kingdom Come 2, and Death Stranding. I mean, all good stuff. One thing to also shout out, because like even before the nominations was like official, and even after they got official, and this also before, you know, you and I both watched the video, I already had my kind of like, all right, yeah, this is probably why, but let's do also address for anyone that maybe didn't watch that video or anyone who might be questioning how the hell did this not get nominated for more. Let's address Dispatch real quick. Because it's like, even after the nominations, I had my assumed this is probably why this happened.
So, yeah, because it's probably a cutoff date thing.
It's
right?
a cutoff date
It's
thing,
a cutoff
yeah.
date thing because
Since it
on
was episodic.
the website, the Game Awards website, and that showed that games had until November 21st, I think it was.
Yeah. Like,
before, like, to get nominated. But we got the announcement, I think, on the 20th or the 21st.
right.
Which means everything had to get sent in before.
Yeah.
So Dispatch only had 1, maybe 2 episodes out,
Yeah.
or like 2 of their batches of episodes out, I should
Yeah.
say.
I think it was only, I think it was maybe like 5, 6, 7, and 8 they were waiting on, or maybe just 7 and 8 they were waiting
so it's
on.
like it was only halfway out. So
yeah.
it's,
I understand why it's not nominated
it's one
for more.
where, yeah, I wish it would have been in there more, but yeah, the episodic route kind of caught kind of backfired for like a lot of awards,
Yeah.
or at least awards that are happening earlier on in the towards the end of the year.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things where it's like, I can totally understand why you would not want to nominate it for, best indie when the game's not finished. I think giving it as a nod of best debut indie, even at 4 episodes, you can see the quality of it with the animation, the voice acting. It's like, okay, best indie, best debut indie. I mean, that's justifiable. We can see the quality after 4 episodes, but it's like, unless we have a finished product, it's kind of tough to do that whole grand finale of, is there someone in here that deserves best performance? We still have the climax episodes. Can we actually do best indie? Because we don't have the climax episodes. So I can understand why it's only in one.
Yeah. At the same time, even in those first 4 episodes, I mean, everybody in that game it does a phenomenal job voice acting.
Sure.
Man, I wish Aaron Paul got a nod.
Yeah, I know. So let's actually talk about that. Best performance. How do you feel about Expedition 33 taking up 3 of the slots? And
It's bullshit.
okay, so you're in a boat of that it's bullshit.
At most, a single game in best performance should get 2.
Okay, so
I can see there is justification for 2 in a game that is as overall well done, and I mean, honestly, all the performances are great as well.
Yeah, all 6.
But it's like, just for Expedition, like all the performances there are great. So it's like I understand why multiple people would get nominated for it. I would never give more than 2 nominations for a single game, especially when you're only having 6. And in a year like this, I wouldn't have even given 2. I would have only done 1.
I'm on both sides of this because, like, I'm on the side with you where it's like, I don't want to see one game rule the category. But then I also see the argument of, I mean, look, if it's best performance, if these are the best performances, that's the best performance. I'm on both sides. I'm more on your side because I would prefer to see other games get in, because there's one particular snub there that I'm pretty damn biased about. I ain't gonna lie, but one guy that I really wish got a nod in there.
I mean, there's even more than just that. Like, nothing from Hades 2 got nominated.
Yeah.
And granted, I haven't played Hades 2, but I've watched a decent amount of Hades 2. Everyone does a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
There's that. I mean, like I said, I would have been happy with anyone from Dispatch getting a nod.
Yeah, no, I think Aaron Paul would have been great in there.
I think Aaron Paul would have been my preferred one from there, but
Yeah.
honestly, anybody from that cast, I would have been happy seeing them get a nod.
For me, the one that I felt was like kind of a snub, but a biased snub, I will openly admit, was Alex Jordan as Yondulski. I mean, when you can play the same character the amount of times that he did and make them all feel different, that's impressive.
For reference, we're talking about the altars.
Yeah, the altars. Thank you.
I think part of that is just the old. I don't think the altars got that much steam.
Yeah, I know. And it was a while ago. I think that was like March or May or something.
Yeah, it was early on in the year. Yeah. It was one where I think for the most part people have forgotten about it.
Yeah. I'm glad that it did get a nod in the Game Awards for Sim Strategy. I was happy to see that it got something. But that was one that I still feel like that was a potential snub, but I agree with you. It's probably just because of Steam. It was early on in the year. If that game just came out in like October, I think we might be having a different conversation, and Alex Jordan might be in there because I think he deserves it. I think he did a phenomenal job as every version of Yon.
I was going to say the other thing with it is, I think people might have gotten, if people that would have tried the game, they might have gotten turned off by the actual gameplay loop.
Yeah, right.
Because it was. As much as I enjoyed it, it was tedious as hell.
It was tedious, yeah. No. I mean, like, I understand why he's not in there, especially when you look at the other performances. I totally get it. I just wish he was.
So here's a question for you, not to cut you off.
I think I know your question.
If we're going for the Expedition cast,
okay.
If you're taking one of them,
I knew it.
Which one are you taking for the overall?
So I can only pick one or one to remove. Which one?
You're gonna pick the one that you would keep.
Okay, one that I would keep.
There's a correct answer here.
Oh, buddy, I'm wondering if you and I are gonna say the correct answer here. Are you gonna say Charlie Cox?
No.
Okay, who are you gonna
say? Jennifer English.
Jennifer English. Okay.
Jennifer English, in my opinion, probably did the best performance in the game for just overall.
Right.
It's like they're probably that she probably had more character depth than anyone else did.
Right. That's fair.
To show off the performance.
Yeah. If you kept 2, who's the one that you're removing?
I would remove Charlie Cox.
You remove Charlie. See, I was back and forth on it because, like, obviously I love Verso as a character, and that performance is incredible. But also, it's a Ben Starr performance, which is not a bad thing to say. Like, I just think what Charlie did, and it's like, yeah, I only did it for 4 hours and stuff like that. What he was able to accomplish in that time was in his first voicing role like this. Incredible. That was kind of how my brain was kind of wiring it. But then again, you know, he has extreme imposter syndrome, and he's probably having a panic attack that he's nominated. So probably I would agree to take him out too.
It's like I would take him out because it's like I very much enjoyed his performance, but it was one where for me personally, once Ben Starr showed up, it kind of overshadowed.
Yeah.
So it's one where
trust me, I get it. I love her. So
if it's like if I'm picking what I would leave as my 2, it would be Jennifer English.
And that is the correct answer. I'm not going to argue and fight for Charlie Cox to stay in there. It's just like I said, I just thought it was really impressive that he's just like, I recorded for 4 hours, and it's like that's what you got out of 4 hours, and it's your first time doing it. That's incredible. But that is the correct answer. Ben Starr and Jennifer English staying in would be the correct answer. Now, which one in particular? Oh, that's tough, man. I do agree. I think I can agree with you with Jennifer English because the amount of depth that was in it. But man, there were some great Verso lines in that game.
No, I mean it was. We've
but I would probably say it is probably.
We've talked Expedition to death.
Yeah,
it's like it is. They do. As much as I enjoyed the game, I do think it's overkill giving them 3 performance slots.
I agree. Especially when you just have so many incredible like performances that took place this year. You know, some others that have been really cool to get a nod. Because I mean, if you just got rid of like Charlie and Ben, I mean, that could flex in Aaron Paul and could flex in Alex Jordan. I mean, that's the way I look at it. But
I will say in performance, fucking kudos to the jury of random people to send it in though,
right?
For them to not forget about Troy Baker.
I know, right? Yeah, that was my first thought because he did such a good job as Indiana Jones, like legitimately.
I'm not an Indiana Jones. Yeah, I haven't played the game, but from what I've seen of it, 100% a year later deserves the nomination.
Yeah, no, 1,000%, because that is obviously one of those awkward windows where the game came out in December, but so it was available, you know, for any awards this year. So I'm glad it wasn't forgotten about, unlike something else that let me get on my high horse for a minute because I'm pissed off about this. I apologize. One of the worst snubs I've ever seen up front, legitimately. Sonic 3 not getting nominated is a travesty. Like, I'm not even saying that as a fan. Like, it's got like a 90-something fan score, like a 90-something, I think it's like 86 actually, critic score. It's like the second highest grossing video game movie of all time behind Mario. Like, it even had a re-release. Like, are you kidding me? And it's not nominated? That's ridiculous. There's no justification for that. I think they just forgot. Legitimately, I think they just forgot.
Well, it's like it's a they forgot thing, and it's like it got a re-release. A ton of people went and saw it. A ton of people love the movie, but those are Sonic fans for the most part.
I mean, second highest grossing movie of all time.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, but that's mostly you have to admit that's mostly going to be Sonic fans going to see that movie, and based on what we know about how this is done, most people that are going to get sent to fill out their list for the jury probably aren't going to be like necessarily fans who are going to go watch the movie,
right?
Because it's like that is one where it's like you're going to have to go seek it out, or you're going to have to remember that it happened.
Yeah. Man, I don't know, because I mean,
it's like I'm not saying that it wouldn't have deserved a spot, but it's one where
it's the winner. Honestly, I'll say it up front, it's the winner.
For you, it would have been the winner for sure. For the uh, greater audience, it wouldn't have taken it.
I think it would have had a strong argument. Because, like, you look at the nominations that's in there, there's one clear nomination that should not be in there. One very clear one. And it's one that you watched.
It's great.
It's not a great adaptation, though. That's the argument. Like, I'm all for fun movies, but if it's not a good adaptation, then it's not a good adaptation. Like, that's the
It's
argument.
an interpretation.
It's not a good adaptation. That's the point. So it's like, take Until Dawn out. Or even just bump it up to 6, like I said in our message. So that way you can also put Twisted Metal Season 2 in. Like, Twisted Metal Season 2 was also reviewed pretty well.
It was reviewed well. That's another one that's kind of
Yeah.
It's got a lower. It gets people watch it, but it's one where it has enough fans to where it's continuing to go, but it's not like widespread.
Right.
The problem is Last of Us is in there,
Yeah.
but it's like
I mean, I get that one.
it's like that.
It took over the world.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like that one's in there, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like that's why I say even if Sonic 3 was in here, it doesn't take it.
I don't know, man. I really think it does. Like, if it was Sonic 2 or 1, I agree with you 1000%. But with Sonic 3, I actually think Sonic 3 could have taken that category. Now, if it was
I don't think it would because while Sonic 3 may be the second highest video game movie of all time, The Last of Us has mainstream appeal as a show.
So here's another thing that I look at with it. If it was a situation of Last of Us Season 2 versus Sonic 3, I actually think Sonic 3 wins. If it's Last of Us Season 2 versus Sonic 1 or 2, I think Last of Us wins. If it's Last of Us Season 1 versus Sonic 3, I can very much understand why Season 1 would win.
The problem, the reason why I say Last of Us would probably still win, or I think that it would still,
which
very
I want to
clearly
stress
win.
is also understandable.
Yeah. It's like is because I haven't watched it, but it's one where it has the mainstream appeal as a TV show,
Right.
that to the point where I know people that watch the show that didn't know it was based off games.
Right.
And it's like that's the power that it has. So
True.
it's like that in itself is probably going to carry it to a win.
Right. Which that's fair. That is fair. You know, I just think with Sonic 3, with
it's a weird year for the adaptation category too, because
next year already has our winner. We already know next year's winner.
We've been, or like the last few years, we've had such strong competitors.
Yeah, like the Fallouts and the Arcanes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like we've had that.
Last of Us Season 1.
So it's one where it's like, yeah, that's
Mario.
This year's a bit weird for it.
Yeah. Now, like I said, that to me, that was one of the most egregious snubs I've ever seen, though.
I can't believe they put Until Dawn. As fun of a movie as that is,
it does not need to be in there. Like,
as fun of a movie as that is,
listen,
that it is not. It is in no way based off the game.
Yeah,
it takes the name and like
does its
some
own thing.
Very loose ideas from it.
Yes.
It looks like maybe it'll, like, if they made another one, that may actually do something with the game,
right?
Based on the end.
Yeah.
But it's one where it
doesn't need to be in there.
It's one of the weirder categories this year.
Because, like, again, there's a difference between like a fun time, a fun watch, and like a good watch for what it's trying to do. Because it's like two examples that I thought of is like one, Full Metal Alchemist 2003 completely beelines and does its own story because it caught up to the manga during its release time. Still a phenomenal anime, but it's not a great adaptation once you get like to episode 20. Still a phenomenal anime, great anime. Obviously, Brotherhood's better. The original source material is better. Another example of this is a fun watch because it's, but it's not a good movie. I'm going into a horror genre here. I've always been a very slight defender of Halloween Resurrection. Terrible movie, but it's fun to an extent. But it's not one that I can hold high because I have a fun time watching it, but it's not a good Halloween movie at all. But it's fun. And that's how I view Until Dawn. It's like, it's a fun movie, but it's a poor adaptation.
It is a fun movie. What does it have? But if you look at it and you go, what does it have to do, or what makes it Until Dawn? The name.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, I'm so pissed that it got nominated and stuff like Sonic should have been in, or Twisted Metal. It's like, what are we doing? Anyway, we won't keep taking up adaptations. Is there other snubs in your opinion, like notorious snubs for the other categories that you kind of looked at? It's like, I'm not a big fan of that one. You know, I've got a couple of like
There's
real
two,
biased ones, but
there's two, but I know why they're not there.
okay, what you got?
Best esports player, best esports team.
Okay.
Uh, and the only reason I say that is because of this year in particular. But I understand why they're not there. And it is Faker for best esports player, because you can't. They can no longer have Faker in because he will just win.
Yeah. But is that a bad thing though? You got to ask that.
I would say so, because it's like you're putting him in there, but it's like people are gonna. It's one of those where it's like he's gonna get votes because he's Faker.
Mhm.
It's like people know the story of him, so they're gonna vote for him regardless, even if he shouldn't get the award for the year.
Right.
The other one is best esports team in T1. Essentially, same thing this year. Only reason why I say that this year it would have been nice to see him was because T1 got the three-peat this year.
Mhm.
They won Worlds for the third time in a row.
Right.
So it's one where that feat, which had never been done, happening, and then them got probably taking him out because they're like, well, if we put him in there, he just wins.
Yeah.
It does allow them to highlight other people,
Right.
because every year Faker's been in, he's won.
Yeah. I mean, he's won back to back just like 2 years ago, or like last year and the year before, something like that. So,
Yeah,
well,
but
here, let me actually counterpoint you, because I can segue this into one of my other snubs that you and I talked about. Is it a bad thing though to have those guys that are going to win or potentially win when they deserve it? You know what I mean? Because at that point,
no, that's my point.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
because he may not be the deserving winner of the year, but people are going to vote for him because he's Faker.
right?
That's what I
Okay,
mean
well,
by
no,
that.
see, that part's fair.
That's
If
what
he's
I'm saying.
truly not the deserving winner,
But it's like,
but it's who people knows. He's okay. That I can
the
get.
last 2 years, that's what's happened.
Okay, well, let's
And it's the same with T1. T1 just wins because it's T1.
okay, well, let's not talk Faker then. Like, is it a bad thing if T1 was in there? If they had the year they had, right, and get that three-peat, like, because I'm in the stance of like, hey, if you are the best in your category, wear that shit like a championship belt, baby, until someone else come knocks you off. Like, if you win, you win.
True, but at the same time, we also it's also one where Game Awards does try to highlight
Other things.
Other
I agree.
things
I
as
agree,
well.
and that's why they're not in there.
and it's like it'll
Because I thought it was weird Faker was not in there, but then I agree. That's why.
yeah, and it's one where it's like I think that's why you don't put T1 in there as well,
Yeah.
because it is one where it is a thing where if people see T1, they tend to just vote T1,
Right.
and it's like taking. So it's like sometimes people won't even look at the rest of it because they're like, oh, T1's there, I'm gonna vote T1.
Yeah.
So it's like it is the unfortunate thing of being as popular as they are,
Mhm.
where they are going to take the votes away from people that may deserve it better or may deserve it more for that particular year.
Yeah. No, I've been wrestling with this thought back and forth all week leading to the show, because it's like I see the side of let's highlight some other things, but I also see the side of like, hey, if we're gonna be a legitimate like or pose ourselves as a legitimate like award show, again, why not wear that shit like a championship belt? Like, but if it's one of those things where you're the esport guy, not me.
Yeah.
If Faker did not deserve it this year, then okay,
Well,
fair.
Yeah, it's
But if T1 did, T1 deserves to be in there.
well, it's like I'm not saying he in particular wouldn't have deserved it this
But
year,
the
but
win, yeah.
But it is one where it him being there, it's less about him being the most deserving,
Yeah.
or like T1 being the most deserving,
But
because they are by far the most popular.
Yeah, it's the popularity thing. Yeah.
And it's like it's like that's why I think they've probably been taken out of it, is just because I would say probably a majority of people would vote for him just because they see him.
Right. Because for me, me and you, we talked about it. One snub that I thought it was wild Queso wasn't in there, because Queso had a better year this year than he did last year when he won it. And I understand he won it last
Yeah,
year, and
this
that's
is a
why you may not include
problem.
him. But
Problem is this year, the people that are in it this year, this is a strong year for all of these
I
people.
understand, but also counterpoint. Hey, let's make it 6. You got a lot of other you pick and choose what's 6 and 5. This is one that you could have easily made 6. I mean, when you got people that are literally hiring like
Yeah,
advertisement signs for a game playthrough he's doing, and having celebrities do cameo videos for this gameplay he's doing, like he made waves this year.
yeah, it's just one where
I'm not arguing that he should have won. I'm just arguing he should have been in.
no, I just see no. That's what I was going to address. Is some categories being 5 and some being 6.
Yeah,
The categories that tend to get 6 are the ones where they actually have the stage presence.
true. Because this is going to be a pre-show award.
Esports content creator, esports
Yeah, pre-show.
team, all of that. Even if it's not pre-show, it is standing off to the side. We're gonna rattle off. We're gonna shotgun 5 of these in a row.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom.
So it's like-
Congratulations. Congratulations.
So it's
Congratulations.
like those tend to get
5.
5
Yeah.
as opposed to 6.
Yeah.
It's unfair, but I understand.
Yeah, I do too.
I understand why they have it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's just, like I told you, it's like, you can't tell me that he wasn't one of the top content creators for the year. It's just like, if that's the case, throw him in. Like let him, like, I'm not saying he deserves to win out of those guys, but he deserves to be in there. That was only my stance on it. And I know he won last year, but like, when I look at the Faker situation or the T1 that you're talking about, or like even the Kaysen one, I know it's a situation of like popularity with the esports one, like you said, because it's a popularity thing, big time. That's why they're going to win. It's honestly like an NFL Pro Bowl situation. You'll get some random ass players go to the Pro Bowl that does not deserve it. Lamar Jackson's backup quarterback, who started like 3 or 4 games, went to a Pro Bowl a few years ago because it's a popularity contest. But like, it almost kind of reminded me a little bit of like, to an extent, not exactly, how we're approaching the Gamesthetic Game of the Year bracket. We're taking a game out, where it's just like, at that point, it feels like these 3 categories we just talked about, it's like, or at least in 2 of them, or I guess one of them, the team, it's like, is the true winner actually winning? You know what I mean? In our case, it's the runner-up of the year. So it's like with the T1, it's like, is the true winner of that team category, is the true winner, is it arguably T1 or is it someone else? I don't know. It's all opinionated, right? It's all up for interpretation. I see every side of it though. Like I like what you're saying with Faker, totally get that, because he's going to win by default.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
I understand. I understand award shows that,
Yeah.
like, especially like this, where it's like it's an award show, but it's not an award show.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like, I understand them just being like, we can't do it again this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do get it, but I don't know. I wish there was that more focus on the awards, where it's like, man, rock that shit like
Yeah.
a championship belt, baby.
Hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah. One snub that kind of bummed me out a little bit, but it's a biased snub. I totally understand why it's not there. Would have loved to see 100 Line get some love somewhere. Would have loved it. I know why it's not.
It's
I get it.
you want to know the real reason why it's not? Why, or it's probably, I mean, you know it, but you probably weren't necessarily thinking of it. Real reason it's not there is the timing that it came out.
Yeah.
It came out next to Expedition.
Facts.
It came out next to Expedition, and it's like, as the game went on, it became more and more and more popular. But it's one where 100 Line in its nature is a very niche type game.
1000%.
And it's like it's one where the people that have played it absolutely adore the game.
Yep.
But not enough people played it.
Right. Yeah, no, like I said, very biased on that one. I would have just liked to see it get some love, because like, for anyone that has not played 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and you're into like JRPGs, narrative, visual novel, or tactics games, like, go check this out, because the depth of this game is insane. You go through Route 0, and then you got like 60 different routes to go from there, and you can play them all. So go check it out. It's actually on sale right now for Black Friday. Great game. Would have loved to see it get in there. I understand why it's not though. It's just, man, I would have loved to see it get something somewhere, because like that game almost made them go bankrupt. Like the dude openly said, "I will never make a game like this again. Will not happen." I'm glad we're not going bankrupt though, because it sold well. But we're never doing this again. So shout out. What do you think about was it the Mega Bonk situation? What do you think about this? Is crazy. This is crazy, is it not?
It is one that I would say goes to show that this is similar to the Shadow of the Erd Tree situation,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
research isn't done. It's not a real. There's not a real jury.
Yeah.
There's no clear definitions of anything.
Yeah,
So it is one where, I mean, it is what it is. But if you want to be a real award show, put some structure to it. Do some research on stuff.
You know, the funny thing is about it is this is actually one where I can defend the Game Awards slightly, because like, dude, if this guy wanted to, he could have just ran with it, because like he's the one that said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm an experienced developer. I'm going under a new name," is what he said, and he apparently he's gonna release a video on it. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it is one where it's like,
maybe do a little research, reach out to him, kind of thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we're maybe they will after. Maybe this will be a learning lesson of like going forward.
have a little bit of structure.
Yeah,
Have a little. It's like you clearly have a team that can do some research on some stuff.
right.
Do a little research.
Yeah. No, maybe after this it'll be a learning lesson, because obviously they had another learning lesson with Dave the Diver a few years ago, where the publisher and developers are like, "Hey, we are not an indie studio. We don't view this as an indie game." And then Jeff made up some stupid bullshit about what an indie is, because obviously they're not going to backtrack on the decision.
I mean, the other problem is that like nobody can define what indie means anymore.
There's no definition for
No,
indie.
nobody can define what indie means anymore.
Correct.
So it's one where they can, as long as it's not a AAA publisher, they could throw it in the indie category.
I know.
And have justification for
Yeah.
it.
Like once upon a time, it was like, okay, no publishers was considered indie, or like a certain graphical style. Now it's just like, well, okay, what is it? Is it team size? Is it budget? Like, what is it? Because another question involving that is the I feel like I've seen pretty firm 50-50 split down the middle on this. Exorcism 33 being in debut indie and indie. Because in all technicalities, it's an indie game. It may not look like it or play like it, but it is. Like, you literally have a SoundCloud artist as your musician.
It is technically an independent game, and it is their debut game.
Correct.
It's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Is it fair for everybody else in those categories? No.
No, it's not.
It's like it's not fair for them in those categories, but it is what it is.
Right.
It's like you won't have to face off with that for their next game.
Yeah, I know. Because it's like you look at debut indie, you got Blueprints, Extra 33, Mega Bonk, which that's taken out, Despelot, and then Dispatch. And it's just like, that's diabolical.
It's the one category I can vote for Dispatch, so Dispatch is my vote.
Yeah, because you know Extra 33 is going to win in other places, so it'll be fine.
It's like that's my one opportunity to vote for it, so I have to.
Yeah. No, I see both sides, because I saw one person say, it's just like, dude, they literally got their musician off SoundCloud. That's as indie as it gets. I'm like, you're not wrong. But it's like, as time went on, the project further and further evolved. Because like, I saw someone dug up the old ass Reddit post when the game was getting going, where they were just like, hey, we're working on a AA game. We're looking for 3 female leads, 2 male leads. And this is well before any of the big names came involved. So it's like, I get the scale grew in size, but I mean, this is an indie game, and it's a debut indie. Like you said, it's not fair to everyone else. But again, no one can define what an indie is anymore.
It is what it is. You can complain about them being called an indie studio, but at the same time, they are. If they call themselves an indie studio, you can't debate that.
Facts. Did you have any other snubs or any just categories you wanted to highlight that you really like the lineup for, or anything like that? Competitive lineups, maybe? Let me see if I'm going to take a look at it too. Sim Strategy's got a pretty good lineup, though. Alters, Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Civ 7, Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum. That's a pretty strong lineup. Let's see. Action Adventure is really good. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Indiana Jones, Silk Song, and Split Fiction. Same thing with RPG with Avowed. Extra 33, Outer Worlds 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, KCD 2. Those are some good lineups there. You got your Arc Raiders in there for multiplayer. That's gonna win. That's a clear winner.
Nah, I mean, most of the other categories were they seemed pretty standard.
Yeah, standard stuff. No, I mean, looking forward to the Game Awards for the reveals, and that's pretty much where we are. Because some of these categories are pretty sick. Game of the Year, stacked lineup.
Yeah, it's one where Game Awards is it's gonna be a fun watch.
Yep.
It's gonna be a fun watch, but at the end of the day, we are all tuning in because while they try to treat it as an award show and try to talk it up as like the celebration of gaming and developers and that, we all know that somehow the Game Awards is the best showcase of the year.
Yep.
As far as games and game trailers and game reveals.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Are we gonna go live for it? We tried last year. My internet took a massive dump. I have no problem going live for it.
I don't know. I'm more than happy to be in a Discord call.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I'll sit in a Discord call.
Yeah,
and watch
yeah.
it.
I think that was Zach and I, because you were sick. We did the in studio one. Oh boy.
Oh no, I was just saying I don't care if we go.
Okay.
I don't care if we go live or not, but I'll be more than happy to sit in a Discord call and watch. I'm gonna be watching it anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if we want to hop in a call to watch it or hop in a call and go live to watch it, either way works.
We'll probably go live for it like we normally do. Like I said, we tried last year. My internet took the biggest dump last year. Oh my Lord. Because I got like I have fiber, everything, solid speeds. I'm talking, I was getting like 6 megabytes per second speed. Something happened in my area and internet took a massive dump. So we should be live for it. We should be live for it. That'll be a fun Thursday. Hey, let's shout out something out. Let's shout out some Rogue Energy. Use the referral link down below, promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order, no matter what you're picking up, hydration, chill energy, or the energy cans. Hey, there is Black Friday sales going on. I believe they do have a BOGO going on, so obviously forget our promo code. Go get yourself a BOGO. But if you use the referral link down below, you're still going to be helping out the brand, and we definitely appreciate that support. All right. Let's hop over to the Xbox Partner Showcase. Did you watch this?
No.
I didn't think so. Did you catch the highlights?
Didn't even know it happened.
Did you catch? So you didn't catch any highlights?
I saw that you said something about it, and I remember glancing through it, and it looked like it could have been an email.
Yeah. Basically, no. So going through the Xbox Partner Showcase, the biggest thing for me is this was one of the advertisements for the showcase going into it was Tides of Annihilation. Got to see a full boss fight and everything. Game just looks sick. I'm so excited for this game next year. Like this, I'm feeling the way I felt about Expedition 33 is how I'm feeling about Tides of Annihilation going into next year. Like this game just looks so much fun. There is something kind of funny that I noticed with the opening game. It's called Artemis. What is up with the current trend where it's like all of a sudden we have these like fantasy looking games that are based in like Paris and has the Eiffel Tower in it? Because we got Expedition 33. That was like the first one I could think of. Then we have Tides of Annihilation, same thing. And now this game. I saw the Eiffel Tower in the shot. I'm like, what is this trend that we're doing right now?
It's probably just because if it is like, I assume Tides of Annihilation is some sort of like fighting for the sake of the world or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's like, it's a good, like,
good backdrop.
It's a good backdrop that you can display destruction next to, or time has gone by and the world is kind of it is what it is now.
Right.
It's a great like backdrop, like you said, for showcasing that anybody can recognize.
Yeah. No, this one actually I thought looked kind of cool. Gameplay wise, it gave me mostly vibes of like a Destiny type gameplay, like in terms of just how you run around. So I don't think it's multiplayer or anything, but it's like in terms of the movement and the gunplay and the powers and stuff, it kind of reminds me of Destiny as well as like Doom. It's like Destiny and Doom fused together was kind of the vibe that I got from it. It actually did look pretty cool. It's one that I'm going to keep on my radar and hopefully see some more on. We also just got other announcements like the Mound Omen of Cthulhu that's coming out next summer. Dave the Diver expansion. Crowsworn. This is a Metroidvania game. It's like Plague Doctor. Music is awesome. The music in this was so good. No date on that one though. Echo Generation 2. The graphics kind of to me look like a mix of mouth washing and Minecraft, just like the art style for it. So that was kind of interesting. Vampire Crawlers. Now, did you see this one in your timeline at all?
Nope.
So this is a Vampire Survivors card game. It's a roguelike deck builder that they're making. Comes out next year. So I thought that one might be up your alley. If you might check that one out. But yeah, it's a whole new game. You know, it's not just Vampire Survivors. It is Vampire Crawlers, a roguelike deck builder from the devs of the Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. One of the advertised games for the showcase was 007. All it was a car. It was like, hey, this car's in the game. It's like, okay. It was like 15 seconds, cars in the game. Move
problem
on.
is there's not much more they can show off about that game because at this point we know what the game is. It's like all you can do is just show more of what's happening.
What's already been shown kind of thing. Yeah. Roadside Research. My first response watching this is, what the fuck is this? It's apparently an alien-run gas station. Human gang members will come and shoot you if you give yourself away too much and you're trying to get an alien invasion. You're literally aliens with like a paper bag over your head. And I was like, this is one of the dumbest things I've seen, but whatever. Total Chaos. It's kind of like a dark gothic vibe. It's first-person shooter. There's like demons, zombies, things. I think I saw like a demon spider, so that's immediately I'm out. I saw something like that. Reanimal, which we've already seen this one over the summer. This is by the Little Nightmares devs, this co-op horror. We just got the release date for it, which is February 13th, and demo is also out for it right now. Erosion, this one looked kind of cool. This one was kind of like a roguelike, like dungeon crawler. It's like a Minecraft-ish, like pixel type vibe. It's like a Western theme, so it's like a cowboy who's like trying to get revenge for his family. There seems to be time mechanics. Because at the end of the trailer, he manages to finally save his family, and he's like holding his wife, and she says something like, "Oh, like what took you so long?" And then she just like disappears. So it's like it could be pretty cool with the time mechanic that could be involved there. Zoo Punk, this looked kind of interesting too. This seems to be in the same universe as that Metroidvania game. Fist, you remember that game that came out a few years ago it was a Metroidvania game with the rabbit with the giant metal fist like forge and steel or fire or whatever it is. It seems to be in the same universe because you have like the same, looks like the same type of rabbit, except this one's more like an action RPG than a Metroidvania. So it looked cool. Clover Pit, it's just out now. Hitman World of Assassination continues on. New expansion here where it's Eminem versus Slim Shady. So Agent 47 is teaming up with Eminem trying to kill Slim Shady, his alter ego. So whatever. Then the big highlight of Tides of Annihilation with a really sick boss fight. You got to see more stuff on the Knights of the Round Table. The music was incredible. It was super intense as well as super cinematic and action packed. No date though. Worries me. It may not come out next year. I was really hoping this would be the date reveal. The fact we didn't even get anything, even a 2026, I was like, ugh. Hopefully it's still next year.
Might be a Game Awards thing.
Yeah. And then apparently Raija Kali Yuga, which I didn't even know there was a first game. I don't know what this game is. It's a sequel to the first game. I don't know what this game is. It was the close off. I don't know. Could have been an email. I 1000% agree. There was some cool stuff in there. I mean, Tides, of course, is the big highlight for me as someone that was already excited for it. But Artemis, the game at the beginning, I thought it looked cool. I thought the gameplay looked fun because I really enjoy Destiny gameplay. I just don't play Destiny because there's too much damn shit to do these days, and I don't want to deal with it. Just give me Destiny 3. So I mean, there was some cool stuff in there. It was just a fine showcase. I mean, nice little end of the year thing. It's just like that was cool to get here at the end of the year. It was fine though. So you should go watch a couple of them though, like Vampire Crawlers. I think you'll enjoy that one. I think that's a game that you will play. Like I saw that, I'm like, yeah, that's a John game.
It depends because the roguelike deck builders, I enjoy them, but it takes specific ones for me to
really kind of get into it.
Really get into.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like while I like the genre, there's only a couple that I really enjoy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, like I said, it had some good stuff. I thought Erosion looked pretty cool. It had some fine stuff. Could have been an email though. Could have been an email. Let's shout out some merch. Go to sparklyshop.com, pick up some merch right now. It's starting a little bit cold. Just go buy the hoodie we've got. I need to get some more hoodies in there. 7 out of 10 is a good game. If you are a believer in that mentality, go pick up the shirt as well as go pick up a hat, and we would appreciate that extra support. I think the next thing I had was just like weekly wrap up stuff. You want to talk about stuff we've been up to? You just been playing Arc Raiders? How that's going?
Well, I did. I picked up a new game that we saw. I forget when it was. It must have been Summer Games Fest. Uh, it's a game called Monsters Are Coming Rock and Road.
Yeah, I saw you get on that today.
It is at its core essentially a bullet hell tower defense game where you essentially your class that you pick, or like your starting class that you would normally pick in like a roguelite or something like that. In some of these, like your starting character is your town.
That's interesting.
And then so the gameplay is you have a starting town, and the town is always moving towards the bottom of the screen. And the gameplay is you have a character that you run around, and there's rocks and trees and stuff just like on the vertical path down, and some of them block the path. So what you do is you run around, you chop the trees down, deliver them back to the town to increase like the level of wood that you have, and the higher level of wood you have, the the faster your towers shoot. And then every time you level up, you get to pick between 3 towers that you can add to your town. Uh, and some of them are just various types of attack towers where it might shoot just like an explosive thing out. There's like dragon statues that breathe fire, or some of them are like buffs where it's like your character harvests resources 20% faster, or your character does 20% more damage, and things like that. There's also like support towers and stuff you can get. And the gameplay is essentially build towers, because the further down you go towards your goal, uh, monsters just keep spawning and moving towards the town, and you have to kill all the monsters, or you have to kill enough monsters so that they don't get to your town. And when you can heal your town, because the wood increases the fire rate of your town, and the stone rebuilds your town. So as you bring stone back, it'll if your if your town takes damage, stone heals it, and it'll just keep healing it as long as you have stone. But you have to constantly be getting more and more of it. Uh, but it's pretty fun. I think there's 8 or 10 towns, and each town has its own unique like mechanics to it. The starter town is just essentially a starter town it has 20% more health, and that's its gimmick. The second town that I unlocked is called Mirror Town, where it essentially has a wall vertically in the middle of the town, and every time when you build a tower, if you put it on the left or the right side, and it puts the exact same tower on the opposite side in the same spot. So your towers do less damage, but you essentially build your town up twice as fast. So it's all each town I've played with has its own unique mechanics to it that make it interesting, and makes each of them kind of feel different. And then the other part of it is you kind of hit like break points, where you get like a little rest spot where you essentially get to gather some extra resources there, and your character gets 3 abilities on themselves. So like they could be as simple as you get some rotating saw blades that go around you to help you cut trees down faster, or I unlocked a drill so that you can mine stone faster, or you can get a flame aura that is just around you and sets things on fire. So it's like each run has felt like pretty unique so far. Uh, the other thing is, like when you beat a route, you unlock like You beat it on easy, you unlock hard. You beat it on hard, you unlock expert. Going from easy to hard, it's very fucking hard. There is a significant jump up in difficulty. When they
Yeah.
say hard, it is hard. I've only beaten one level on hard so far, and it was mostly due to the RNG of the start.
Mhm.
The towers I got at the beginning made it a lot easier for me to actually progress. Uh, so it's one where I'm having a blast with it so far. I've played about 6 hours of it so far. It's real cheap too. It's like $8.
Yeah. Nice.
So it's one of these little indie games that I saw a couple like several months back, and I was it had been long enough to where I'd kind of forgotten about it, and I saw it come out, and I was like, oh, I'm picking that up immediately.
Right.
And I've been playing it. I've been playing it a little bit last night, a little bit today, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Nice. So I've got 3 things to shout out real quick. 2 of them are very quick, just quick shout outs, updates later on. So finally started Ghost of Yotei yesterday afternoon. For whatever reason, like yesterday afternoon, my brain could not focus on a game, so I just ended up stopped playing games and just chilled for a bit, you know. So like I only played like an hour. Just looks great. It's Ghost of Yotei. It's Sucker Punch. Game looked incredible. Insane levels of detail to stuff. Combat felt so good. So looking forward to actually playing more. I'll be playing it throughout this week, or I plan to, and talk about it later on. And then I also downloaded the Octopath Traveler Zero demo. Same thing. My brain could not focus on it. I tried it a little bit today, a little bit yesterday. It's just not what my brain wanted in the moment. But Octopath Traveler, man, it is very. The visuals are incredible. Just the prologue demo they've got. Again, your save data does transfer over. Real straight to the point. A lot of cool concepts about how you have these like the trademark demon lord thing, and the main villain essentially, and then it's like, well, you have all these different rings that all have different power seals away. You're living in this village. You're part of your father's the leader of the watch. You join the watch, etc. Trademark stuff. Village gets attacked by like this crimson, the Scarlet Wings is the name of the group. They're looking for a ring. Priest is like, I don't know what you're talking about. They kill the priestess. Village is being burned down, which is sets up for the village rebuild thing that the whole game is based around. Then it's pretty much trademark JRPG type stuff. Your parents are dead. Now you gotta go be a hero. You know what I mean? Um, you know, for someone that's not played the Octopath Traveler games, I am kind of curious to see the overall reception for this, of where it's taken this different approach of where like you make your character and you're playing as the singular character versus a group of characters, But that's also why it's called Octopath Traveler 0 and not 3. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm excited to end up actually checking it out. Like it comes out same day as Prime 4 here in a couple weeks, but overall pretty, I enjoy what I'm seeing out of the demo. I just have to actually get my brain to focus on it and finish it. But then I also did my second run of Dispatch on Sunday. It did take me about 7 hours. 7 hours and 40 minutes, and that's with multiple stops. So if you were able to just sit down and play it beginning and end nonstop, except for a bathroom break here or there, you could probably beat the game about 7 hours. But yeah, I mostly made different decisions than the first time around. There's definitely some decisions that I still feel, I think, pretty strongly about, of where I would have stuck to my original, but there's some that I think is really up to your mood. Because like one for me is I thought he was great, but Coop is so much better as the villain than Sonar. Sonar was cool as hell, but Coop is so much better. Like Coop is horrifying. While Sonar had some horrifying bits, but he just comes off as that just a little too goofy for it. You know what I mean? But the funny part is, because I was talking to Diaz about this, Coop is the better like person to keep with you. You know what I mean? Because you had Coop, so you know what I'm talking about. Of like the book that she's reading, stuff like that. Funny shit, man. It's like I like Coop being on the team more than Sonar, but I like Coop being the villain more than Sonar. So it's kind of a back and forth. And then I did go with Phenomenon this time over Waterboy, and he was actually great. Like I would still prefer Waterboy, but Phenomenon was great. Like I loved the interactions with him in the game. I thought it was fantastic. He had one of the best lines in the game, one of the funniest lines in the game, with a big choice. Like chapter 7 or chapter 6? He had one of the best lines in the damn game, in my opinion. But no, the second run was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna do a third at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around to a second run at some point.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of fun with it. Did get the good mentor route this time. Just winning on Invisigirl, whatever. So had a lot of fun. If you have still played Dispatch, you can play it. But yeah, had fun with my second run.
We didn't talk about it last week, but it's kind of funny that we didn't talk about it actually for me and you after the fact. But we didn't talk about it last week, which was the new game that had kind of taken over everywhere in a sense. Where Winds Change,
Meat,
or
yeah,
whatever. Where Winds Meet. I don't know.
So funny.
I downloaded it and I played it last weekend. Didn't I just slipped my mind completely to talk about it last weekend. I've dropped it.
Already dropped it. Not for you.
There's too much tedium for me.
Okay. Right,
and by
sense.
tedium, I mean I like because I'm a very big fan, as we've talked about many times. I am a big fan of my like free to play MMO style slop games.
Yeah, the slop. I love the word slop. That's my favorite.
It's like
part.
I just refer to it as that because it's just ones where it's like I get really into a lot of these like free to play MMO or free to play looter shooter multiplayer games that come out. This one, it's got too much free to play in it.
Okay.
And by that I mean it's like it's got too many menus, too many items. It's like it gives you too much stuff to where when you play it, like you walk up to your chest and you open it up and you get 7 items and it's like, okay, well, it's like realistically 2 of those are useful or something.
Right.
Or it's like it's just stuff that just stacks up and builds. There's too many menus for me. It's too many menus, too many progression systems. It's just one where it's like I look at it and I'm like, because the game is fun, the exploration is fun, the combat feels great. It was just one where it's like as I was playing the game, I was having fun, but it's like it's in those moments where you stop and you're looking at what to do next, and you have to, or you play it for a couple hours and you stop and you going through your menus and doing everything, and I'm like, I have 17 menus I have to go through to check on everything, and I was like, that part I did not enjoy. I didn't like the menuing. I didn't really care for a lot of the in-between stuff. Playing the game was fun, but there was enough that I didn't care about it that I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, that's fair. I messaged John about it because I thought it was funny. Because like whenever I did my Metacritic prediction video for, I guess it was this month. It came out this month, right?
Yeah.
I made a joke in the video, and I'll do this joke quite a bit in those videos where it's just like, this is the kind of game that John's probably gonna check out. Like, he's probably gonna check out because it checks all the boxes of the slop, quote unquote, that he likes to check out. As soon as I saw you were on it, I'm like, I called that.
It's one where like I say slop, I don't mean that.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
When I say slop, I don't mean it as like the game's bad or anything. When I usually refer to games like that, it's games that I really, really enjoy.
Right.
Like when I was playing First Descendant, I call that slop. Lost Ark was slop.
Yeah, Lost Ark, yeah.
It's like games like that. I love playing those games, but it's like I need a certain type of one, and this one didn't hit it for me.
Yeah. No, I understand. Apparently Diaz is playing it too, and
he's playing the shit out of it.
Yeah, he texts me about it, about how much he loves it.
It's like I saw him playing it, and that's why I downloaded it, because I was like, because I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know about this. I saw him playing it, and I saw him on it for a long time. I was like, I guess I'll check it out. And it's like I said, the gameplay is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
but it's just one where it's
everything else is kind of hit miss.
Yeah, it just kind of missed the mark for me personally.
Right, that's fair.
So it's like still on the lookout now.
Yeah, I understand.
I got one to look forward to. I think it's next year.
The Cube.
The Cube.
That was so funny after the reveal. It's like, man, the Cube.
There's another one too. I forgot the
Yeah,
name. It's
I know.
Scarlet something.
Yeah, because I remember it because like I put together the list on the script and you called me. I was like, you didn't even put the
You,
most notorious
you,
one
I
on
was like,
there.
you didn't put the best thing in the showcase on there.
Yeah, it's like Shadow something, Scarlet something. I don't remember. I'll go back and figure out what it is and text you. I don't remember what it is,
But
but
yeah, it's one where it's like
it's
there's,
like there are certain key phrases that makes me sit up in my chair a little bit.
but
Free to play.
it's just like free to play MMO or
Yeah, yeah.
multiplayer, like shooters. Really, it's like, and then you see the gameplay of it, and I look at it, and I go, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
There's
about.
just certain ones where it's like you give me fun gameplay in a very tedious free to play grind system
Right.
that I could choose to pay to get around that I'm not gonna do, and man, I'll eat that shit up.
Yeah, I know. Because it's just like, hey, did I like Atomic Heart? Nope. But am I gonna play the crap out of the cube? Yep.
Am I at least gonna play it because it looks exactly like what
What?
I'm
Yeah.
it looks exactly like my next 300-hour journey.
Right. All right. We'll get the weekly updates on the cube. The cube does actually look like it has an interesting concept. I ain't gonna lie.
It looks terrible.
Like it looks like it has an interesting
And
concept.
again, when I say terrible there, that's like I'm excited about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a bad terrible.
When I say terrible, I'm like, it doesn't necessarily look like the best game. It doesn't look like it's gonna. I'm not gonna know anything about what's happening
Right,
in it.
right.
But man, it looks like something I'm gonna lose some time in.
Yep, yep. I understand. Oh God, that's so funny. John and his slop. I got to make that into a shirt somehow. I got to somehow make that into like where the slop is a shirt. I got for the merch store. I got to work on that. Come up with a design. So I'm gonna do that at some point. You ready to start hitting the weekly wrap up? Got a lot in there today.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with the golden joysticks because I happen to already have the message pulled up over here, so it's fresh in the brain. Hey, shout out to X33 winning a lot of awards, including Ultimate Game of the Year. They got storytelling, visual design. Let's see, soundtrack, no surprise there, and they won supporting performer and lead performer with Ben Starr as supporting, Jennifer English as lead. So a lot of awards there. Console Game of the Year goes to Yotei. Like to see that. Critics' Choice, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Most Wanted, GTA 6. Adaptation, Arcane Season 2. I guess when it came out, it still falls into nomination period for Golden Joystick here. Let's see. Streamer's Choice, Peak. That's understandable. Still playing game, Minecraft, no surprise. Still playing a mobile game, Pokemon Go. Best Early Access, Reaper. I like how they have a category for that. Best early access game. That's kind of cool. I like that they've got that. Game trailer, GTA trailer 2. Studio of the Year is also Sandfall. Shout out to that. Best indie, Blueprints. Hey, it won something. We love to see it. Best indie self-published. I like how there's that clarification too. That's legit. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Game expansion, which is where Shadows of Erdtree should have been last year. Liza P. Overture. And then let's see, remake / remaster Oblivion. No surprise there. And multiplayer game actually went to Peak, not Arc Raiders. But overall, pretty solid. Golden Joysticks is always a fun award show. It's like I said, it's one of the ones you can actually go to for the awards. Like that and the dice, you go there for the awards. I like how they have like best self-published, best early access, stuff like that, because those are games that should be acknowledged too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's one where I'm not. This isn't just me talking or like on behalf of our creators, like saying it should absolutely win something because I'm very biased on that game.
Right.
There are a lot of multiplayer games that came out that have taken over the world and people do love.
Yeah.
This is mine.
Yeah.
And it's the big hot game right now.
Yep.
But it is one where it's like I wouldn't be surprised that if it doesn't take that many awards across the award season for like multiplayer or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because of Embark's embracing of the usage of AI.
That's fair.
It's like, granted, they are very open about it. They've been open about it since the finals,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like their use of AI. They are trying to go about it in like the most ethical way possible
And transparent about it. And
it's
whatever.
like they are being transparent. It's like they do because they did like use voice actors to help train how like the AI usage that they have, and did pay the people that did help them out with it. But it is one where it's like that is still very much a gray area,
Yeah,
and
aggressively.
it is aggressively a gray area, and it is one where many people will see the usage of AI and are very
Like,
firm
nope.
stance against it.
Yeah, which
So
is
it's
fair.
like it's one where I'm not saying that that's gonna hold it back, but I would not be surprised if that does hold it back in a lot of these showcases that don't want to display it.
Yeah, because that's a pretty strong conversation, especially in the gaming industry right now. So
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
That's
It's
fair.
it's one where I as much as I want it to win as many awards as it can right now,
You understand why I want
I
it.
understand why a lot of people don't want to touch it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, let's look at some Black Friday deals. Shout out some highlights. So I've got some picked out across like Target, GameStop, and Amazon, and I'll also just stress, hey, go look at digital storefronts too, like Nintendo eShop and PlayStation especially have a lot of great sales, even Xbox. So you can always find some incredible sales in there, especially for maybe some older games like bundles. You can find some great bundle prices. I'm pretty sure it's probably on sale right now. I've seen this before. This is an insane deal on like it might be on PlayStation as well, but I know for sure at least Xbox. You can get like 6 or 7 Assassin's Creed games for like $40. It's like an insane deal. It's like all the open world ones. It's like I think Unity, Syndicate, Flag. Like it's crazy, like how cheap that is. The Batman games are usually on sale, like the trilogy there. So there's a lot of sales in digital storefronts, of course. But some stuff from like let's say Target, you can pick up a Portal for a 180, so just $20 off there. Most pretty much all dual senses are going to be about save $20. That's including like some of the special edition ones. For consoles, PS5 Pro is 650, which is $100 off. The Slim is 450, and the digital is 400. DualSense Edge is 180. Astrobot $40. Spider-Man 2 $30. Ragnarok $20. You can also get Xbox Special Edition controllers at 55, and then Switch games like Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Mario Odyssey, some basic stuff like that are priced at $30. I will say I think it's Target and GameStop. Assassin's Creed Shadows is on sale for $40, but I've got it in here. It's actually $5 cheaper, I think, over at Amazon. You can get it for 35, I believe, is what it is, because I got that set in my card right now. So for like Amazon, Dragon Age Velgar, $10. Look, not a phenomenal game, but it's a fun game for $10. It's worth it.
I'm a defender of the
Yeah,
game.
it's not. It's
I'm
a
a
fine
defender
game.
of the game. The game, as we say all the time, 7 out of 10 is a great game. That is a 7 out of
10.
that is like a staple 7 out of 10 game for me. I would base a lot of games off of that.
Yes. Yeah.
I would judge a lot of games based on how my opinion of them stands up against Dragon Age the Veilguard. It is not going to be a game for everybody, but it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game to play.
Yeah. And for $10,
For
sure.
$10, it's about as good a deal as you can get.
Facts. So, I mean, look, if you were holding out on it because of strictly price and what you've heard about it, hey, you're hearing it here at Gamesthetic. $10, go buy it. 100 line on sale for $40. Love that one. Like I said, AC Shadows 35. Star Wars Outlaws is 20. Elden Ring, and this is current console, so PS5 is $20. It does not have the Shadow of Erdtree though. Digimon Story Time Stranger, $50. So if you were maybe holding out a little bit on that one, just came out, go pick it up there. Black Myth also 50. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero 30. Battlefield 6 is 60. Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition is 30. Tales of Xillia Remastered, that just came out, that's 30. And Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is also $18. I also saw Armored Core, was it 6 was 6 was the last one. That is also $20 on sale right now. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is on sale for $30. Game of the Year contender. That is at GameStop, Amazon, pretty much everywhere. GameStop. You also have Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake for $30. That starts next week. Mario and Luigi Brothership at 40. Mario RPG at 30. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds 45. Mafia: The Old Country 40. Borderlands 4 55. And Final Fantasy 7 Remake Integrate and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is 20 and 30 respectively at also like Amazon and other retailers. So there's some sales to go check out. Like I said, Dragon Age at $10, can't go wrong. 100 line at 40, definitely check that one out. If you were holding out for Assassin's Creed Shadows, again, go look at the Amazon version because apparently it's like its own version or something. Like I don't know, it has like a silver banner at the top of the case said limited edition, and the listing says Amazon exclusive. I don't know. Amazon has been getting these recently because that's how I got my Silent Hill F, where it's like a day one edition, where it's an Amazon exclusive and has like a bloody red day one patch on it, like in the cover art. So I don't know. Same thing with Star Wars Outlaws. Whatever Star Wars Outlaws was like an Amazon exclusive, like limited edition thing. So if you're into that kind of thing for physical collecting, those are just a couple things to notate. But a lot of good sales going on right now. I've definitely got some stuff in my cart that I'm thinking about picking up. I'm thinking about picking up Assassin's Creed Shadows finally, KCD2 since just $30 because I am interested in the game. And then Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I've been wanting to get that one for a while. So $17, can't really go wrong with that. Have you looked at anything yet?
No, I haven't started looking yet. I haven't gotten in the mindset of
It's sell
look,
time kind of
looking
thing.
looking for deals or anything
Yeah.
yet. I'll probably be there in a few days and start
Yeah.
looking around.
Yeah, I mean pretty much all the sales last for the most part until December 4th. There are some obviously doorbusters that only last for a few days. I think the Paper Mario one, I think that starts here in a few days and ends next week. But whatever we do for a show next week, whether if it's like a video or solo show or we're all together watching Survivors doing a show, I'm sure I'll probably highlight some others because I'm siphoning through digital storefronts right now. I'm going through anything and everything, trying to find good deals across the board. So I'll probably shout out some more next week. But these are at least some like cover ones that I wanted to shout out. Like I said, especially like if you want to get maybe Assassin's Creed, go to Amazon. You'll get a little bit cheaper. So. Speaking of money, let's talk Steam Machine real quick. Apparently, it will not be priced competitively with consoles. We kind of assume that, especially you. But apparently, it just won't be priced competitively.
No, because it's
More PC.
it's marketed as a piece. It's marketed as a like a small like a micro PC essentially. But it is weird that that it is being phrased like that because it is essentially being it is also being marketed as like a to take the place of an Xbox essentially.
Right.
But yeah, it is one where it's like it all depends on the price of it.
Yeah.
It's like this thing's gonna live or die by whatever price they put on it.
Yeah. No, 100%. Which still, I'm still interested in it. I'm just waiting for that price. The price will kind of determine everything about it. I mentioned this earlier. Shout out to Hytale. Hytale is back. This was basically Riot's Minecraft that they were developing, and kind of just got canceled and got kind of shoved aside. Riot was no longer going to work on it. The original creator who sold it to Riot has now purchased it back completely, and now they are self-publishing it under the name Hypixel. And basically, the plan is they are releasing it at $20. It actually releases soon, and his mindset is it will release soon with all the rough edges possible. Like it is a early access game as possible. Go have fun, go break the game is basically his mindset. And he's basically rehired a lot of the people that know the game in and out that worked on it, and they're just gonna be working on it for years to come. And that's their
Oh
plan.
yeah, I mean it makes sense because it's like it was one where it's like probably sold it to Riot because they were interested in it, and he was like, "Oh well, you got a good offer," but then now he's had to buy it back, so he's like, "Shit, we gotta make some money."
Yeah, that's basically his mindset. I've seen him put up some gifs when responding to the price point, et cetera, where it's like that Tiger King memes, like, I will never financially recover from this. That's basically where he's at. He's openly said, hey, I know when we release it, it's not going to be a good game. When I say it's early access, it's like, hey, go break the game. Like, let's, it's all rough edges and everything. Let's go figure this out together is basically the mindset. So interesting mindset, you know, and but it's like a word of mouth thing where it's like Hytale is such like a strong name in the industry, in the community that loves like a game like Minecraft, where it's like Hytale is a game where a lot of people it's just like they know of it. If they know Hytale, they know Hytale, and they're gonna want it regardless. It's like, oh, well, hey, like this is now back on track. Let's figure this out together. So I don't know. It's an interesting journey. We'll see how it goes though. Hey, shout out to 20 years of the Xbox 360. Shout out to that. That's today. Which also is 12 years of the Xbox One as well. which not so much shout out to that. The console that killed the Xbox brand. But yeah, no, shout out to 20 years of the Xbox 360. What a great console. What great memories, you know? Mine is still plugged up in my office right now. All I'd have to do is swap an HDMI cable out the back, pop that thing on. We're good to go. Mine's still on and ready to go. Haven't played it in a while, but it's still ready to go anytime I need it. Also, here's a fun fact for you. I did not know this. In terms of shouting out an important day in gaming history, apparently yesterday, November 21st, is a very major day for Nintendo. I did not know this until someone pointed it out. Apparently, Nintendo loves 11/21 because in Nintendo's history, 11/21 features stuff like the Super Nintendo released, which also means Super Mario World, F-Zero, Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country 2, Ocarina of Time released on that day, Diddy Kong Racing released, Gold and Silver, Smash Melee, Ruby Sapphire, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Pokemon Coliseum, the Nintendo DS, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Super Mario 3D World, and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. That is Nintendo loves this day for whatever reason. So I don't know. Shout out to that. If you didn't know that, now you do. It's just a fun fact I saw. Did not know it was that big of a day for Nintendo, but it is. Apparently, Cyberpunk is releasing some sort of a card game. I don't know if it's a physical card game or a digital game. I have no idea. I saw them tease the announcement for it alongside a company called like Weird Card Company or whatever, based out of Seattle. They're working on something. Again, I don't know if it's a digital game or if it's a physical game, but probably digital.
I would assume it's both.
Yeah, probably. But
it's like it'll probably be like a tabletop card game that can easily be adapted to a digital setting.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just keep an eye out for that. If you love Cyberpunk 2077 and you want more out of it, including like a card game, there you go. Some Ubisoft news. Sorry, they basically just announced that the Tencent partnership with Vantage Studios is basically done. So Vantage Studios is the new umbrella company that's going to handle all stuff Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six, as well as they did claim that Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake and another unannounced title are planned to release by March 31st. If Sands of Time remake comes out in the next 6 months, I'll be shocked, but I'll buy it. I'll be looking forward to it. I have a very personal attachment to that game, but I don't believe it. All right, John, how do I say this for this next one? Tales of what? How do I pronounce that?
Berseria.
Berseria? Well, the remaster got announced for February. Berseria. Yeah. Tales of Berseria. So, shout out to
that. It makes sense. I mean, everybody was kind of hoping for a Xillia 2 since they just did Xillia, but Berseria makes a little more sense because the way their remasters have been going, they've been kind of hitting kind of the more beloved games, and I think Berseria is considered like it's one that people hold in high regard.
Right.
So it's like they're probably going to go through and hit all of their like big hitters. Although I did see people kind of lamenting that Tales of Abyss has not been touched yet, but they'll get around to it. They're working their way through all of them.
Right. Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension. I got a new trailer featuring Zeraora's Mega, so that's cool. I don't even know if Zeraora is going to be available to be caught in the base DLC, or if this is going to be like one of those weird situations of you have a Mega that you have to like only transfer over. I don't know.
No, it's gonna be it. I saw something that was like it's gonna be there, but it's not gonna. It's gonna be a challenge.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's going to be in the game for people to be able to catch.
It's like that. That is like a very quick offshoot article that I saw. So it's like, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. No, I just found out today that apparently I have one. I didn't know I did. I have a shiny one. Some event. I don't know. I saw it on my Shield earlier. Didn't know I had it because I had to get on Shield for something. Christina's doing a playthrough of Sword. And, Sword is the one where you can only get the tart apple. And she wanted the sweet apple for the Appleton. So I had to hop on there. I'm looking through everything. All my legendaries are still on there. I saw Zeraora and it was shining. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck this came from. I don't know how I did not know I had this. Next up, per apparently a GTA 6 insider, the game is so ambitious that other developers won't be able to match what Rockstar is doing for the next 15 to 20 years. I hope so. I hope that's the case. Or what's the point? That's my mindset. With a game like that, and
I mean,
it's better.
It's one where, I mean, I take that as just talk essentially, because
that's what I said too.
It's one where the idea is they've spent billions of dollars making the game, so they have to hope that that's true, because the plan is, I can only assume that their plan is to do with this what they've done with GTA 5,
Yep.
where
And
it's
milk
like
it
just
for.
set it out there for 15 years and let it make all of the money.
Yep. That's my assumption as well. And the last thing I had, this is not game related, but it potentially could turn into game related because I was thinking about this game recently. But apparently, the Last Ronin movie is no longer moving forward. So I wanted to shout that out because there is the Last Ronin game in development. And I do recall, I don't remember the exact details, but it was like a year ago, I think. There was some rumblings of issues with Black Forest Games, who's developing it, and THQ Nordic a while back. I think there was like some layoff issues or something. I can't remember. So it's just something to watch. If you were excited for that Last Ronin game, where it's like a God of War style Ninja Turtle game featuring, Mikey as the Last Ronin, just keep a lookout for that. That maybe in the next year or two, you could get some news that it got canceled or something. I don't know. Just wanted to bring that to attention because I thought it was an interesting little news bit. You got anything for weekly wrap up?
I don't think so.
All right, Gamestetic Game of the Week. So yeah, what should I do? Should I do more like forgotten game or just a popular game? Because I already know the theme that I'm doing today.
I already gave you my opinion earlier.
Either one, and
That's whichever one you want to do, man. We don't always have to do. We don't always have to prioritize doing our like less known games.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I guess I'll just do a big one then, because what the theme is for today is celebrating 20 years of the Xbox 360. So there's obviously a slew of games to pick from, a slew of amazing games that I promise you at some point in history will be a Gamestetic Game of the Week. I'm talking the Halo 3s, the Halo Reach, the Gears games, Skyrim, of course. Shout out to 11-11-11. We went to the midnight release. It was great. Great weekend. Slew of great games to shout out. And there's a slew of underrated games. There was one that I feel like a lot of people has really forgotten about that's a pretty fun time. It'll get shouted out at some point. But I guess for Gamestetic Game of the Week, let's go to one of my favorite games of all time. So this will be a very quick one. Let's do Oblivion. Oblivion is my preferred Elder Scrolls. The remaster, I have not completed it because I've just been playing a million other things, and I've played that game, obviously. But the Oblivion remaster is a beautiful remaster and care of the game. But even the original game still holds up for me. It does feature as well two of my favorite expansions that I've ever played. I think Shivering Isles is so insanely cool. Knights of the Nine, the concept of it is awesome. It's very short, I will say that, but I still love the concept of it. It just scratches my brain the right way. I have always preferred, Oblivion over Skyrim. Skyrim's fun. Skyrim's great. Honestly, I would even say up front that the stories of Skyrim is better. I would say Oblivion's main story and its expansion stories are better than Skyrim's main story and expansion stories, but all of Skyrim's side stories are better. Dark Brotherhood, the Thieves Guild, whatever, right? All those are better. But Oblivion, I love the world. I love the cities. The cities are so cool. They're so fun to explore. The world is so fun to explore. With the remaster out, it's a great time to go check it out. I think it's actually on sale for Black Friday. Basic answer to celebrate 20 years of the 360, but it was my second 360 game I ever got. I still have my original copy in the house right now. Halo 3 was my first game. Oblivion was my second game that I ever got. So just one of my favorite games of all time. Feels like a good time to throw it in for Gamestetic Game of the Week. The other option will make it for Gamestetic Game of the Week at some point. It's one of those 360 games that I promise you most people probably forgot about it until I say the name. Like, oh yeah, that's a pretty solid game. It'll make the list at some point. But yeah, for this week, Gamestetic Game of the Week, we're going to do Oblivion because it's incredible and you should go play it, especially with the remaster out right now. All right, let's hit the music. Let's get out of here.
All right, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And if you like what you saw with us this week, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time. So you can come check us out then. We might do a show next week, so there'll be something. So come check us out regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, turned the music up too quick. My bad. I'm not on my game today. Yeah, no. Do everything anymore. Something will come out next week. Maybe a live stream of me. Maybe not. Maybe a video. Maybe a live stream of us. I don't know. But if we are going to be here live, we'll be watching Survivor Series. So you can come watch it with us. It'll be fun. But yeah, make sure to check out some Rogue Energy, spark3shop.com. Check out the Patreon if you want to support us further. Join the Discord. We'd definitely appreciate that. Trying to build a community there. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye.